we don't know if it will happen. I know many women who I believe deserve to be mothers and who I believe would be fantastic moms, and they never got the opportunity to have children. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We opened up about our infertility journey about a week ago, and I'm just completely in awe and in shock of how many of you have reached out to me through text, messages, comments, DM. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting us and being there for us. We honestly just can't thank you enough. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm going to tell you guys just some things that you should avoid saying to a couple going through infertility. Infertility is really, really rough. It's a roller coaster of emotions, month after month, day after day even. On top of the roller coaster of emotions that it is in and of itself, then you have some people who say things that they shouldn't. I don't think that people intentionally say things to be hurtful or rude, but I just think it comes from a place of not knowing what to say, so people tend to say the wrong things. If you have said any of these things to me or someone else going through infertility, don't feel guilty, just don't say them again. Isn't it so funny how we got pregnant by accident and some people try for so long to have a baby? No, I'm sorry. It's not funny that people have to go through infertility. Infertility is not a joke. It's not something that's fun to go through. It's not something that you should, make light of. I am very happy for you that you got pregnant very quickly, but for you to say that it's funny that you got pregnant quickly and I didn't is extremely hurtful. At least you can afford infertility treatments. Well, yes, in a sense, I guess we can't afford what we're going through right now. But if this doesn't work, it's only going to get more expensive, and we don't have that money. At least you're young. Well, yeah, we're young, but it doesn't make this any easier to go through. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, it doesn't matter if I'm 21 and someone else is 31, like, it's still a hard thing to go through. Why don't you just adopt? Well, there's no just about adoption. We're not against adoption. We love adoption. People in our family have been adopted. And we might want to do adoption in the future. But we also want to try and have our own biological children first to see if that's even possible, and then build our family from there. When you're telling us to just adopt, you're telling us to give up on our hopes and dreams of having our own biological child. We want to do everything that we can with fertility treatments and, all of the knowledge that God has given these doctors, and we want to be able to have our own baby. Why don't you just do foster care? Well, again, there's no just about foster care. Foster care is extremely draining, physically, emotionally, financially, and right now we're exhausting those three resources on infertility treatments and trying to have our own biological child. Again, it's not to say that we don't believe in foster care. People in our family have done foster care, friends have done foster care. We love it. We think it's a great thing, and we might, again, want to do that sometime in the future, but the main goal of foster care is to reunify those children with their parents. The main goal is not to grow your family, and if you go into foster care with that as your mindset, you're just going to end up heartbroken and not wanting what's best for the children. Maybe you just aren't ready to be parents. Oh, well, is anyone ever really ready to be a parent? Complaining about your pregnancy. Complaining about your pregnancy is something that you probably shouldn't do to someone going through infertility. More than likely, that woman would do anything to be in your shoes, and for you to just not be grateful or thankful and complain about it and talk down about pregnancy is very, very hurtful. I've heard people say, I've hated everything about pregnancy. Things like that are just really hurtful because I would love to have that. Have a little miracle inside of me doing all of those things and making my body do these crazy things and crazy changes. So for you to say that you're not grateful and that you in fact hate everything about pregnancy is really hurtful. And to tell me that I'm going to be glad that I'm not pregnant when I'm not sick, that's just, again, really hurtful because I would never be glad that I'm not pregnant. You know, I want more than anything to be pregnant. So for you to tell me that I should be glad that I'm not is really heartbreaking. I know exactly how you feel. It took us 3 months to get pregnant. Well, I'm really sorry that it took you 3 months to get pregnant, but anything up until a year of trying is actually considered normal. So saying that you understand someone going through infertility when you really haven't walked in their shoes is really offensive, honestly. You don't know what it's like going through infertility until you've been poked and prodded and gone through every test possible and told that you can't have kids naturally. It's extremely heartbreaking, and for you to say that you know exactly how we feel when you really don't is extremely hurtful. Trying is the fun part. Well, if you've ever actually tried to get pregnant and had trouble, you would know that it's not very fun. Infertility isn't fun. It's not fun to get a negative pregnancy test month after month after month. It's not fun to go through the heartbreak of watching everyone else get pregnant while you don't. You don't even want kids. It's extremely stressful. Yeah, well, infertility is also extremely stressful. And we would do anything to have a baby. So just because you're stressed and having a bad day doesn't mean that you should tell us that we don't actually want kids. We don't need you to warn us of all of the hard things that come along with parenting. We know there's going to be hardships and struggles and that it's not all a cakewalk. But at the same time, we would do anything to be in your shoes and have those struggles and have children. Just be thankful for your time without kids. Well, we are thankful. We got to travel the world together. We've gone many, many places. We have more trips planned. We do genuinely enjoy each other. You know, we are very blessed and we do enjoy our life together. But that's not to say that we're not allowed to desire to have a child just because we need to enjoy each other. And 9 times out of 10, that comment comes from someone who already has children. Just relax and stop trying. It'll happen when it's meant to be. Okay, well, we're not pregnant because we're not relaxed. We tried relaxing for a year and it didn't work. I have something medically wrong with me. We're not pregnant because we don't know how to relax. And honestly, we don't know if it will happen. I know many women who I believe deserve to be mothers and who I believe would be fantastic moms, and they never got the opportunity to have children. And that breaks my heart to know that that's a possibility. But like I said, like, we don't know that we will have a child because I know many women who never got the chance to. And in my mind, they deserve to. Nature's way is the best way. Don't let the doctors tell you that you can't get pregnant naturally. Well, it's not that we don't want to get pregnant naturally. We've tried and tried and tried. But it never happened for us. And the doctors aren't telling me that I can never get pregnant naturally, but they're saying that there's a medical issue that they can fix and increase our chances of having a child. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just because infertility is something that not everyone struggles with doesn't mean that people who struggle with infertility shouldn't be seen by a doctor. If it's hard and it doesn't come naturally to you, then God must want something different for your life. Okay, but when did things getting hard mean that they weren't meant to be? From experience, everything that has been hard has been completely worth it in the end. And, you know, good things come to those who wait. Saying that just because something is hard doesn't mean that it was meant to be. That's like saying that all of the babies who were born from taking Clomid, Femera, Letrozole, IUIs, IVF, that's like saying that they're all just invalid and that they shouldn't be here because their journey to come into this world was harder than conceiving naturally. And I fully believe that that is not the case. I think that God had just as much of a hand in all of them being born as he did in all of the babies who were born naturally. Please limit the kid talk. It's extremely excluding being in a conversation and around people that we really can't participate in because we don't have kids of our own. Just try not to exclude us. Have you tried? Unless you've gone through infertility personally, we don't really want your advice because chances are we've already tried it. We've met with our doctors and talked over all of our options and decided the best treatment plan that would work for us. And last but not least, some people just decide to say nothing. I've had a few people that I've opened up to at the very beginning of our infertility journey, and they didn't really know what to say. So, they're like, oh, well, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen, and then just kind of blew it off, and, a year later, they've never once checked in on me. And that's got to be one of the hardest things, because if someone with infertility opens up to you, then they trust you, they're comfortable with you, they want to talk about it with you, and for you to just never bring it up or never talk about it because you don't really know what to say is extremely hurtful. And I know it comes from a place of not wanting to say the wrong thing, but by saying nothing, it comes off as you don't really care about the situation and you don't really care if we have a baby or not. Some things that you can say are, I'm praying for you. I'm thinking of you. Hey, do you want to go get coffee today? I know that you need to get out of the house and just get your mind off things. Just be a friend, just be there for us, support us, ask us how our doctor's appointments are going. So that's it. Those are the things that people going through infertility don't want to hear, including myself. Comment down below if you guys want me to make another video elaborating more on what you can say to people going through infertility. And if you are someone who has struggled with infertility or you're going through infertility currently, go ahead and comment down below other things that people have said to you that have been hurtful. Do you agree with the things that I've said? Have they been said to you? I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your stories. I love supporting you and coming alongside with you on your journey to your little miracle babe. I just want you to know that you're not alone. I know how hard and isolating infertility can be, so if you're feeling that way, go ahead and reach out. Don't hesitate. I just want to reiterate that if you've said any of these things to me or anyone else going through infertility, don't feel guilty. Just please don't say them again. I just want to thank you guys for being there for Jacob and I through this hard time. Your love, support, and prayers mean the world to us, and we're so thankful to have each and every one of you alongside us in this journey. We're hoping and praying that this is going to be our month. We hope that the Clomid works and that we get pregnant. But even if we don't, we're still going to continue to have hope and have faith that our little miracle babe will be here soon. I'm sure it got kind of long, but I just want to thank you guys for sticking around and caring and